For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
The game was lost. The winning streak shattered. But then, a single spark in the final moments changed absolutely everything. One of the most insane comebacks of the season just happened, and the reason why isn't what you're thinking. I'm breaking down the exact moment the tide turned. Subscribe now so you don't miss the full analysis. Hey, Brew Crew! Welcome back to the channel, your direct and reliable source for everything about our Milwaukee Brewers. Before we dive into the analysis of one of the most electrifying games of the season, I need to make a quick request. We've noticed that over 78% of you who watch the videos aren't subscribed yet. If you want to get in-depth analysis, breaking news, and insights you won't find anywhere else, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell right now. That way, you won't miss any of our journey toward October. Trust me, you'll want to be in the loop for what's coming. Let's get straight to it. What we witnessed against the Reds was more than just a victory. It was the embodiment of this 2025 team's identity. Being down 8-2 with our winning streak on the line and our young ace Jacob Misiorowski having a tough night would be the perfect script for a loss for most MLB teams. But we are not most teams. This win, our 13th in a row, was forged in the kind of resilience and relentless focus that defines champions. I want to dissect exactly how it happened, starting with the man who put the team on his back, Christian Yelich. What Yelich did in this game goes beyond the impressive numbers, and believe me, the numbers are monstrous. 2 home runs, a double, 5 RBIs, finishing 4 for 5 at the plate. But the real story was the context. On a special night honoring the legend Bob Uecker, Yelich wielded a commemorative bat and played as if he were channeling the spirit of Mr. Baseball himself. This wasn't just an all-stars performance, it was a statement of leadership. He showed every player in that dugout that no situation is impossible and that they play for something bigger than themselves. They play for the city, the history, and the legends of this club. That mentality spread throughout the entire lineup. This was not a one-man victory. We saw crucial contributions from top to bottom. Andrew Vaughn, with a home run and 3 RBIs, showed again why his presence in the middle of the lineup is so vital. And let's talk about Brandon Drury. When general manager Matt Arnold acquired him at the trade deadline, it wasn't the move that made national headlines. It was a strategic, calculated acquisition to add a versatile and experienced player capable of performing in high-pressure moments. And what did we see from him? A 3 for 5 performance with a double, exactly the kind of contribution the front office envisioned. It's these smart, behind-the-scenes moves that build a robust roster, one capable of withstanding the highs and lows of a 162-game season and orchestrating comebacks like this one. This team's depth is its superpower. Furthermore, the structure of our lineup is evolving in a fascinating way. Seeing Joey Ortiz, who started the season at the bottom of the order, now solidified in the 2-hole and contributing with 2 hits in 5 plate appearances, is a testament to the player development and meritocracy that manager Pat Murphy has implemented. There are no easy outs in this lineup. From Willie Adames to William Contreras to Rhys Hoskins and Sal Frelick, every player is a threat. The collective approach is what makes us so dangerous. Our team OPS has consistently remained above .100, which in today's MLB is an indicator of an elite offense. We don't just rely on home runs. We wear down opposing pitchers, work counts, put the ball in play, and create constant pressure on the bases. This offensive philosophy is why a 6-run deficit never felt insurmountable. For this team, it wasn't a matter of if, but when the hitting avalanche would begin. And when it did, it was decisive, culminating in a 10-8 victory that sent a clear message to the entire National League. Underestimate the Milwaukee Brewers at your own peril. The grit and execution of this offense are championship caliber, and they proved it in the most dramatic fashion possible. Now we need to address the other side of the coin, an aspect that sparked concern amidst the euphoria of the win: Jacob Misiorowski's performance. Returning from the injured list, IL, expectations were high for our young pitcher. However, his stat line was harsh. Just 1.1 innings pitched, allowing 4 hits, 5 earned runs, with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. His ERA rose to 3.89. On the surface, it's an alarming outing. However, as an analyst, my job is to look beyond the numbers and understand the strategic context. And here, the story is much more complex. I have a theory, and it's something the front office would never publicly admit. Misiorowski's stint on the IL, officially for a shin injury, may have actually been a strategic paper injury. It was a perfectly plausible excuse to do something the team desperately needed to do: limit his innings. Both Misiorowski and other young arms in our pitching staff, like DL Hall and Robert Gasser, are approaching or have already surpassed their single-season career highs in innings pitched. To protect these valuable young arms for the future, and more importantly for a long playoff run in October, workload management is absolutely critical. Therefore, what we saw might not have been a struggling pitcher, but rather a pitcher on a strategically managed leash, coming back from a forced rest period and still readjusting to the game's rhythm. This performance, as tough as it was to watch, reinforces my conviction that a 6-man rotation is no longer an option but an imminent necessity. We need to spread out the innings, give these young guys extra days of rest, and ensure they're at their peak when the games truly matter. The short-term pain of one bad start is a small price to pay for the long-term health and effectiveness of our top pitching prospect. And this is where the genius of this roster's construction shines brightest. While the starter faltered, the bullpen became an impenetrable wall. The most impressive stat from the game, and perhaps our season, is this: the Brewers relief pitchers retired the final 23 Reds batters in a row. Let me repeat that, 23 straight. That is the equivalent of a 7.2 inning perfect game coming from your bullpen. DL Hall came in and, despite allowing a couple of inherited runs to score, stabilized the game. After him, it was a procession of dominance. Trevor Megill, Brian Hudson, Joel Payamps, each one came in and executed with surgical precision. This bullpen isn't built with big-name $100 million contract players. It's built on analytics, player development, and the ability to find undervalued talent who excel in specific roles. The collective ERA of these guys is phenomenal, and they are the backbone of this team. They are the reason the offense had a chance to mount a comeback. Their performance turned an almost certain loss into a legendary victory and proved that we have arguably one of the most dominant relief units in baseball. So, what's the final analysis? This game was a perfect microcosm of the Brewers season. We got a glimpse of the vulnerability of our young pitchers and the need for careful management, but we also witnessed a resilient offense led by a Christian Yelich in MVP mode and an elite bullpen that can extinguish any fire. With a 99.9% chance of making the playoffs, the focus now shifts from mere qualification to optimizing for a deep run in October. The decisions the team makes in the coming days regarding the starting rotation will be crucial. Now, I want to hear from you, the Brew Crew. What is your biggest takeaway from this epic game? Are you more impressed with our offense's ability to overcome any deficit, or more concerned about managing the workload of our young pitchers for the playoffs? Leave your opinions in the comments below. For detailed breakdowns like this after every game and all the strategic news as we gear up for the postseason, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. My commitment is to bring you fast, in-depth insights. Thanks for watching, and let's keep it rolling.